Welcome to our video, a heartfelt space to honor and remember those we've recently lost, along with others who have left lasting impacts on our lives. On this 29th October 2025, we reflect on their incredible journeys, celebrate their legacies, and hold their cherished memories close. We'll also talk about the recent challenges faced by WWE star Mark Henry that have touched millions worldwide. Subscribe now and join our supportive community that keeps their stories alive. Nature Boy Buddy Rogers, born on February 20th, 1921, was one of the most influential and charismatic figures in the history of professional wrestling. Long before the lights, pyrotechnics, and grand entrances of modern wrestling, Rogers brought style, confidence, and swagger to the ring. Known as the original Nature Boy, he set the standard for the flashy, confident, and larger-than-life personas that future stars like Ric Flair would emulate. Rogers began his career in the 1940s and quickly became a sensation. Fans were drawn to his mix of technical skill, good looks, and undeniable charisma. He wasn't just a wrestler, he was an entertainer, captivating audiences with his signature strut, his confident talk, and his mastery of moves like the figure four leg lock, which became one of wrestling's most iconic holds. In 1963, Buddy Rogers made history as the first ever WWE Champion, a milestone that cemented his legacy as a trailblazer. His showmanship and ability to connect with crowds helped transform professional wrestling into a mainstream spectacle. Even after retiring, Rogers continued to influence the sport, mentoring younger wrestlers and sharing the wisdom of his decades in the ring. Though he faced health challenges later in life, Buddy Rogers' spirit and influence never faded. His flair, confidence, and groundbreaking style continue to inspire generations of wrestlers who strive to capture even a fraction of his magic. José Lothario, born on December 12, 1933, was a beloved Mexican professional wrestler whose charisma and skill left a lasting mark on the wrestling world. Starting his journey in the early 1950s in Mexico, Lothario first gained attention as both a talented boxer and a rising luchador. His athleticism and heart for competition quickly set him apart. In 1957, he moved to the United States, where he wrestled under the name Joe Garcia before becoming known as El Gran Lothario, a name that fans would remember for decades. Blending his boxing roots with a classic wrestling style, Lothario became famous for his fierce brass knuckles and taped fist matches, earning the respect of fans and wrestlers alike. Dusty Rhodes once called him one of the greatest Latin American wrestlers and one of the most genuine good guys, both in and out of the ring. During his NWA career, Lothario enjoyed tremendous success, including an incredible winning streak of over 50 matches. He captured titles such as the NWA Florida Tag Team Championship with Danny Miller and faced legends like Gino Hernandez and El Gran Marcus in unforgettable rivalries. Beyond his own achievements, Lothario's legacy grew even more through his mentorship of Shawn Michaels, whom he trained and later accompanied to the ring at WrestleMania 12 in 1996. José Lothario passed away peacefully at 84, remembered as a trailblazer, mentor, and true gentleman of the sport. Bob Armstrong, born on October 3, 1939, was more than just a professional wrestler. He was a true embodiment of passion, grit, and heart inside the ring. Known for his southern charm, powerful presence, and undeniable charisma, Armstrong built a career that spanned decades, earning the respect and admiration of fans and fellow wrestlers alike. He began his wrestling journey in the 1960s, competing across various regional promotions where his athleticism and down-to-earth personality quickly made him a fan favorite. Armstrong captured numerous titles during his storied career, including the NWA Southern Heavyweight Championship and several NWA Tag Team Championships. His ability to tell a story through his matches and connect with audiences set him apart, making him a cornerstone of promotions like the National Wrestling Alliance, NWA, and World Championship Wrestling, WCW. Outside the ring, Bob Armstrong was just as influential. A devoted family man, he inspired his son, including Road Dogg Jesse James, to follow in his footsteps, passing down his love for the business and his unwavering work ethic. Armstrong's legacy was honored through multiple Hall of Fame inductions, celebrating his lasting contributions to professional wrestling. When he passed away at age 80, the wrestling world mourned the loss of a true legend. His charisma, toughness, and love for the sport ensured that Bullet Bob Armstrong would forever be remembered as one of wrestling's most beloved icons. Uncle Elmer, born Stanley Frazier on June 24, 1948, was an American professional wrestler remembered for his charm, humor, and larger-than-life personality during his time in the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, in the 1980s. Standing 6 feet 4 inches and weighing around 350 pounds, he wasn't just a big man in size, but also in spirit. With his friendly, down-home country persona, Uncle Elmer brought warmth and laughter to the wrestling world at a time when the sport was filled with intense rivalries and over-the-top characters. He made his WWF debut in 1985 and quickly became a fan favourite, known for his wholesome, comedic skits and light-hearted moments in the ring. One of the most memorable highlights of his career was the famous wedding segment on WWF television, which perfectly captured his endearing and humorous nature. Though often portrayed as the lovable country uncle, Elmer could also hold his own in the ring, competing against some of the top names of his era. He even took part in major events like the Big Event in 1986 and WrestleMania 3, cementing his place in wrestling history. After stepping away from active competition, Uncle Elmer continued to engage with fans, attending events and sharing stories from his memorable career. He passed away at 55, leaving behind a legacy of laughter, kindness, and unforgettable moments that still bring a smile to longtime wrestling fans. Mark Henry, a name synonymous with strength, determination, and transformation, has carved one of the most inspirational paths in sports and entertainment. Known worldwide as the world's strongest man, Henry's story transcends the wrestling ring. It is a journey defined by discipline, resilience, and a deep-rooted passion for inspiring others. As a professional wrestler, Olympic weightlifter, and strongman, Henry not only shattered records but also broke barriers, redefining what it means to be powerful in both body and spirit. Today, long after hanging up his wrestling boots, Mark Henry continues to influence millions as a mentor, analyst, and advocate for wellness. Yet behind his legacy lies a story of struggle, triumph, and perseverance through personal challenges, particularly his battles with health issues that continue to test his legendary strength. Early life and passion for power. Mark Gerald Henry was born on June 12, 1971, in the small town of Silsbee, Texas. From the very beginning, he stood out, not only because of his size, but also because of his natural athletic ability. Growing up, Henry faced his share of challenges. He was often misunderstood because of his stature and strength, yet he turned those challenges into motivation. As a child, he idolized wrestlers like Andre the Giant and Junkyard Dog, dreaming one day of standing in the same ring as his heroes. His raw strength quickly became the talk of his community. By the time he reached his teenage years, he was already recognized as one of the strongest high school athletes in the nation. In high school, Mark's talent flourished in both track and field events, particularly shot put and discus, where he shattered records that still stand in some categories. His success earned him a scholarship to Texas A&M University, where he continued to excel in athletics. It was there that his passion for weightlifting evolved into something extraordinary. Coaches and trainers who witnessed his power often described him as a once-in-a-generation athlete. By the early 1990s, Mark Henry's name was becoming well known in amateur wrestling and powerlifting circles across America, signaling the start of a remarkable career that would soon reach global recognition. The Olympic dream and rise to fame. Mark Henry's hard work culminated in representing the United States at the 1992 Summer Olympics in Barcelona. Competing on such a grand stage was both a dream and a defining moment for him. Although he didn't win a medal, the experience opened his eyes to the discipline, sacrifice, and mental strength needed to compete at the highest level. For Henry, this wasn't a setback, it was a stepping stone. His Olympic journey strengthened his resolve and broadened his horizons, preparing him for the next great challenge of his life: professional wrestling. During his Olympic tenure and subsequent powerlifting career, Henry earned the title the world's strongest man, a nickname that would become a lifelong identity. He lifted weights that few could imagine, setting multiple records and capturing the attention of global audiences. His natural charisma and commanding presence made him an ideal fit for sports entertainment, and soon his path crossed with the World Wrestling Federation, now WWE. Scouts immediately recognized his potential, not just as a strongman, but as a personality who could captivate audiences with both power and presence. In 1996, Mark Henry officially stepped into the squared circle, marking the beginning of a new chapter. Retirement. A new chapter begins. After more than 20 years of breaking barriers and bodies, Mark Henry decided to step away from in-ring competition in 2017. His farewell on WWE Raw was an emotional moment, filled with gratitude and reflection. In his speech, he thanked his family, fans, and fellow wrestlers for supporting him through every victory and setback. It wasn't a goodbye, it was a transition. Henry knew he had more to offer beyond performing inside the ring. In the years following his retirement, Mark took on new roles that allowed him to remain connected to wrestling. He became a respected analyst and commentator, lending his expertise to shows and podcasts where he offered insight into the industry he helped shape. Later, he joined All Elite Wrestling, AEW, as a talent scout and coach, helping to develop new stars. This phase of his career reflects a natural evolution from competitor to teacher. Henry's influence now reaches beyond the ring as he uses his experience to guide younger wrestlers through the same challenges he once faced. His presence in AEW has brought authenticity, credibility and mentorship to a new generation of athletes. Zijn as mijn intuïnt, te be met de batsman, and health struggles and the toll of a lifetime in the ring. Despite his ongoing success and positive attitude, Mark Henry has been candid about the physical toll his career has taken. Decades of lifting, training, and performing at an elite level have left lasting marks on his body. In recent years, he has spoken openly about his health struggles, particularly the nerve damage affecting his back and sacroiliac joint. The pain, he admits, is constant, sometimes so severe that it affects his mobility. There have been instances where he has unexpectedly lost balance or collapsed due to nerve pain, forcing him to rely on assistance during travel. For many fans, it was heartbreaking to hear about these struggles from a man once regarded as the epitome of physical power. Yet, Mark's openness has brought awareness to an often overlooked aspect of professional wrestling: the long-term health consequences of performing through pain. He has revealed that during his wrestling days he pushed through severe injuries, including a torn rotator cuff and a fractured kneecap, because of his dedication to the business and his desire not to disappoint fans. In hindsight, Henry admits that those decisions, while understandable at the time, contributed to his current condition. But rather than dwell on regret, he chooses to focus on healing and spreading awareness about self-care and proper medical support for athletes. In a heartfelt discussion on Busted Open Radio, Henry shared that his pain is something he manages daily, but his spirit remains unbroken. He emphasizes the importance of resilience and mental strength, reminding others that health challenges do not define one's identity. His honesty has inspired countless fans and athletes who face similar struggles, proving that true strength lies not in the absence of pain, but in the courage to overcome it. Financial stability and life beyond the spotlight. Unlike many athletes who face financial hardships after retirement, Mark Henry has managed his career and earnings wisely. His transition from active wrestling to commentary, coaching, and motivational speaking has provided stability and purpose. Henry has also invested in ventures related to fitness and wellness, channeling his experience into projects that help others achieve their physical goals. His financial success is not just a result of his fame, but of his disciplined mindset, a quality that has defined him since his early days in Texas. He has often spoken about the importance of financial education for athletes, encouraging young wrestlers to plan for life after the ring. Mark's balanced approach to money and health has allowed him to live comfortably while continuing to do what he loves: inspire others. His ongoing role in AEW, combined with media appearances and fitness advocacy, ensures that he remains both relevant and respected in today's sports and entertainment world. Legacy. Strength beyond the ring. Mark Henry's legacy cannot be measured solely by the championships he's won or the records he's broken. His impact extends far deeper. As one of the few African-American wrestlers to rise to the top of WWE, he became a symbol of representation and perseverance. He opened doors for countless others, showing that hard work and authenticity can overcome any barrier. Henry's journey from a small-town athlete to a global icon embodies the American dream, a story of grit, faith, and perseverance against all odds. Beyond wrestling, Henry is deeply involved in community and charity work. He has collaborated with organizations promoting physical health, youth development, and anti-bullying campaigns. His transparency about his injuries and recovery has also sparked conversations about the mental and physical challenges athletes face after retirement. By sharing his struggles publicly, Henry has become a beacon of hope for those battling chronic pain, proving that strength is not just physical, it's emotional, mental, and spiritual. Rumors, reality, and the road ahead. In recent years, social media has been abuzz with speculation about Mark Henry's health, with some fans expressing concern over his condition. However, Henry has addressed these rumors directly, clarifying that while his health issues are real, he remains active, engaged, and optimistic. He continues to receive medical care and follows a disciplined rehabilitation routine to maintain his mobility and manage pain. "I'm not where I want to be," he once said, "but I'm getting better every day." These words perfectly capture his enduring spirit, a reminder that progress, not perfection, defines true strength. Henry's days are now filled with mentoring, speaking engagements, and appearances that allow him to stay connected with fans. He remains a regular presence in the wrestling community, offering guidance to younger athletes and serving as an ambassador for the sport. His perspective on life has evolved from competition to contribution. He now measures success not by titles but by the impact he makes on others' lives. Conclusion: the strength of a survivor. Mark Henry's story is not just about physical power, it is about heart, resilience, and evolution. From the dirt fields of Silsbee, Texas, to the bright lights of global wrestling arenas, he has carried himself with dignity, humility, and unmatched strength. His journey is proof that even the strongest among us face battles, and what truly defines a champion is the will to keep going despite adversity. Today, as he continues to influence the world through mentorship, media, and advocacy, Mark Henry stands as a symbol of perseverance. His career, health battles, and personal growth reflect a man who never allowed challenges to dictate his destiny. For millions who have followed his journey, Mark Henry remains an embodiment of endurance, the living definition of what it means to be the world's strongest man in every sense of the word.